one more sleep. One more sleep until we find out who the New York Giants are going to pick in round one of the 2025 NFL Draft. And on today's video, I am sharing my final 7-round mock draft for our New York Football Giants. Last year, we did a mock draft just the day before the NFL Draft got there, and we picked up 499 likes on that video. And we got to do better. We continue to level up on this channel, and I want to crush that. So if you want a better draft class this year than what the Giants had last year, hit that thumbs up icon right now. Welcome into New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for being here as we roll through my final mock draft. And this is a mock draft where I am going to put myself in the shoes of Joe Schoen and try to predict what picks and what players he is going to make. We do this video every single year, and last year I got pretty lucky, I would say. I was correct on Malik Neighbors, I was correct on Andrew Phillips, and I was also correct on Theo Johnson. So 3 of the 6 picks I was able to get correct. This year I'm hoping to go better than 50%. We'll figure that out. The New York Giants do have 8 picks in this draft. They have the 3rd overall pick, 34th, 65th, number 99, which comes in the form of a compensatory pick. Shout out to Xavier McKinney. You also have pick 105, 154, which comes from the Seattle Seahawks. And you have pick 219 and 246, one of those 7th rounders coming from the Buffalo Bills. Before we dive into this mock draft, make sure you are subscribed to the channel because we are live for round 1. We are live for round 2 and 3. And we are live for every single pick of the 2025 NFL Draft. And I want to see you all there. So subscribe, turn those notifications on, and let's go Big Blue. All righty, I used the Pro Football Focus mock draft simulator. So if the players that were on the board, you don't think they're going to be there, you can go cry down in the comments and tag PFF. Number 1 overall pick, unfortunately, is Cam Ward. I've been wanting Cam Ward since before the college football season started, and it's not going to happen. And Travis Hunter, he was the number 2 overall pick, which means the Giants are on the clock, and Shedeur Sanders is there. Abdul Carter is there, and they can go any direction that they want. And I think at this point, it has become pretty obvious for me that Abdul Carter is going to be the pick. So, with the 1st round pick, pick 3, we'll just re-say that. With the 3rd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Giants are selecting Abdul Carter, edge rusher, out of Penn State. It just seems like this is going to be the pick. Abdul Carter today saying that it's definitely New York right now. And he also calls Lawrence Taylor the greatest football player of all time. So I don't know if this is some late campaigning for him to be the pick, but I don't think he has to do much more because I think he is going to be the pick, and I think it is the right pick as well. 6'3", 250 pounds, still just 21 years old. I think he's the best defensive prospect in this class. He's easily the best pass rusher for me, and he is just scratching the surface of who he can be as this is his 1st year playing off the edge. He was an off-ball linebacker in 2022 and 2023, but he's always showed he's just the most athletically gifted player on the field. We know he can win with speed. He's shown that he can win with power. I think he's going to shock people with the type of player he is in the run game. But one thing that pops off the page for me when I watch his tape is his closing speed. The rusher, the runner, the ball carrier might think he has the corner on Abdul Carter, and he looks like a lion in the jungle pouncing on his prey as that animal tries to escape. It is unreal how good this guy is and how much he is going to change this New York Giants defense. You see the raw stats, the advanced analytics back it up. He had the best pass rush grade in the country. He had the 4th best the 4th best overall pass rush win percentage. His true pass rush grade, when you remove play action and screen passes, number 2 in the country. His pass rush production score, 6th in the country. His true PRP score was 4th in the country. His true pass rush win percentage, 3rd in the country. Think about it like this. He wins one-on-one pass rush sets 35% of the time when there is no play action or screen pass. And Abdul Carter, he gives you an identity that this once proud organization thrived on. and that is getting after the quarterback, having the best pass rush in the National Football League. And if you add Abdul Carter to Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, and Kayvon Thibodeau, and new free agent signing Chauncey Goldston, you are getting closer and closer and closer to getting back to the New York Giants way of winning football games, dominating in the trenches. And I can tell you this much. If you've got these 5 guys on the football field at the same time on 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 11, offensive coordinators and offensive linemen, they are going to wish that you didn't. So round 1, I have the New York Giants selecting Abdul Carter, which means round 2, or wait, we got a trade. A trade. I never do trades in my final mock drafts, but I thought there was just too much smoke to ignore at this point. And I was able to call up Sean McVay and offer him this trade. I'll give you pick 34, pick number 99, and you give me pick 26. And he accepted. And this seems like what the value would be. Peter Schrager, Todd McShay, and Daniel Jeremiah all recently talking about what the price would be for the New York Giants to trade up. And they all said it would be their 34th pick and the number 99th pick, which means the Giants are on the clock once again in round 1 with pick number 26. And once again, too much smoke for me to ignore. With the 26th pick in round 1 of the 2025 NFL Draft, I have the New York Giants selecting Jaxson Dart, quarterback, Ole Miss. We've all heard the rumors that Brian Daboll is Jaxson Dart is Brian Daboll's guy. And if Brian Daboll thinks that that's the quarterback of the future, I'm down to roll with that because that's why you hired him, to identify the quarterback of the future and develop the quarterback of the future. Prototypical size, 6'2", 223, still just 21 years old. And going back and through my research of the prior 3 draft classes, Joe Schoen places an importance on the age. And I think 21, him being that young, gives the Giants belief that there is still a lot of room for him to grow. Some pros from my evaluation. He's got good accuracy. I think he throws with good touch. I think he is efficient in the deep ball game. I think he needs to work more of a overall just variety of throws in his deep ball. He's got a little J.J. McCarthy in him where it's always that fastball, but he's an underrated runner. He's got an NFL arm, and he's got toughness. People love to play for him. You talk to anybody that played at Ole Miss, talk to anybody that coached him at Ole Miss. This was someone that got people to rally around him. Not a perfect prospect. I think he's got to improve his pocket presence. His mental processing needs to improve. I wonder what his actual upside is and how high that is. And the Florida game makes me wonder if that was just a blimp on the radar or if he is someone that is not going to be great in clutch moments. I have a round 2 grade on him, which if you get him at pick 26 and you get that extra year on the 5th-year option, I'd be okay with it. He was awesome this past year at Ole Miss. Completed over 69% of his passes. Nice, almost 4,300 passing yards, over 30 total touchdowns, and just 6 interceptions. He can make all the throws. He can throw on the run. He can create in structure, out of structure. I can see why Brian Daboll believes that Jaxson Dart, outside of Cam Ward, is the second-best quarterback in this class. And I don't want people to sleep on his rushing ability. He runs with grit, and he runs with toughness. 648 yards this year, 22 missed tackles forced, 312 yards after contact, 28 runs at 10-plus yards, 4 runs at 15-plus yards, 384 rushing yards picked up on scrambles with 264 yards picked up on design QB runs. So you can design and add a wrinkle into your running game with him being that in the QB power. Or if you just want to get downhill and play 11-on-11 football, or you want to run a read option, he could do that. I think the Giants are trading up back in round 1, and from what I have heard, it seems like Jaxson Dart is the guy. And I'd be okay with that, but I'm also 100% down to stick and pick at 34 and just take Jalen Milroe. There's a long way for Jalen Milroe to become an elite quarterback, but he already has some elite traits. He's the best running quarterback I have ever scouted. He is also an elite thrower of the deep ball. His 2023 numbers on passes that traveled more than 20-plus yards in the air are outstanding. He's got to shore up everything in between, and that would be on the plate of Brian Daboll, but I think they're going to go Jaxson Dart. I think they're going to trade back into round 1. We're also hearing that a team like the Washington Commanders is a spot to watch. I'd keep an eye out for pick 20 with the Broncos. I'd keep an eye on pick 26 for the Rams and also the late first-round pick for the Washington Commanders, all spots that the New York Giants could look to trade back into round 1. A lot more picks to discuss. First, though, I got to tell you about our proud sponsor, and that is Chubby's, baby. They hooked me up with this shirt. I'm going to be rocking it on draft night, and if you want to get this sweet shirt, go to chubbyshorts.com/chat and use that promo code chat, and you're going to get $20 off your purchase. All of that information will be clickable down in the comments and description of today's show. I am a huge fan of Chubby's, and with spring and summer right around the corner, I'm upgrading my wardrobe, and you should do the same. And to sweeten the deal for a limited time, Chubby's is giving our listeners 20% off their order with our exclusive code CHAT, C-H-A-T, at chubbyshorts.com/chat. Look, you can experience unmatched comfort and style with Chubby's iconic original stretch shorts. Depending on how much thigh you're looking to show, Chubby's makes them in 4-inch, 5.5-inch, and 7-inch inseams. These shorts have the stretchiest fabric for ultimate movability and flexibility while maintaining a perfectly tailored fit. Featuring an elastic waistband with a button fly, enjoy the classic men's khaki style with the added comfort of elastic. Pair the original short with Chubby's lineup of performance polos, and now you're cooking with gas. With a soft, stretchy, and breathable fabric, these polos are built to kick back, turn up, chill out, party down, and some fifth direction bass descriptor. Shout out to Chubby's. Whether you're getting dressed for your workday, a workout, or a weekend getaway, Chubby's has you covered. For a limited time, Chubby's is giving Giants Now Real Ones 20% off their order. So use code CHAT at chubbyshorts.com. That's code CHAT at chubbyshorts.com. Support our show and tell them we sent you. Don't blend in with the crowd. Stand out with Chubby's. And I think the New York Giants are going to stand out with this pick as well. I am selecting Darius Alexander, the defensive tackle out of Toledo, with the 65th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. This is a player that the New York Giants have brought in for a top 30 visit, and I think they are going to prioritize adding a defensive tackle to this football team. 24 years old, a little bit older of a prospect. He'll be 25 when the season starts. But I think he's also one of the more pro-ready prospects in this class. 6'3", 305 pounds, 40 tackles, 3.5 sacks. Just as good in the run game as he is as a pass rusher. 37 pressures this past year, 46 pressures the prior year. So you're adding another guy that on passing downs that can make an impact. But I view him as a 3-down player in the National Football League. You pair him next to Dexter Lawrence, and you already have Abdul Carter with Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau and Chauncey Goldston. The Giants' run defense was one of the worst in the National Football League last year, and after week 12, they didn't create pressure. You had Darius Alexander and you had Abdul Carter. That's going to change the way that unit plays defense. I would also keep your eyes on Alfred Collins, the interior defensive lineman out of the University of Texas. I really think it could be either one of these fellas. Collins, a bigger guy, more of a run stopper, whereas Alexander is more versatile and more balanced. But Collins at almost 350 pounds next to Dexter Lawrence, that's a lot of weight in the middle of the defensive line, and that could really upgrade your run defense. Speaking of running the ball, I have the Giants taking a ball carrier with the 105th selection in round 4. That is Ollie Gordon out of Oklahoma State. A guy the New York Giants brought in for a top 30 visit, someone that I am a huge fan of. I was lucky enough to cover him in high school when he was a junior. I have a relationship with him, and this is someone that I think is a damn good football player, and he is someone that is also going to show you that maybe the dip in production this past year isn't who he is, because in 2023, he was one of the best backs in all of college football, and he was being looked at and talked about as a first-round pick heading into the year. They didn't play as well. And I'm going to credit that more to the lack of talent that Oklahoma State had. I mean, look at Chuba Hubbard, who was great his second to last year with Oklahoma State. And then he wasn't good, and then he still is a good NFL back. 1,700 yards in 2023, 6.1 yards per carry, 21 touchdowns. He has a nose for the end zone. And his ability to run through you, run through your chest, is something that this Giants offense lacks. Him and Tyrone Tracy is a good duo, and Ollie Gordon is an underrated pass catcher as well. I think he's got star potential in this league as a running back, and I'm hoping it's with the New York Football Giants. back on the clock with pick 154, and I am selecting Emery Jones, the offensive lineman out of LSU. Played right tackle mostly for LSU this past year, but I could see him bumping into guard and actually being a better guard in the NFL than he is a tackle. 6'5", 315 pounds, 21 years old, so another young prospect that the New York Giants could look to target. A player that I think isn't who he is going to be. He's got good feet, strong punching ability. He's able to drive people off the line of scrimmage, sometimes plays a little bit over his toes and needs to improve the balance, but someone that I have some confidence in round 5, I'm willing to buy a lottery ticket on. Good player. Not a great player and not a perfect prospect. He needs to improve in that department. Dane Brugler saying Jones is physically talented with NFL size, strength, and functional movements. The undisciplined balance and recovery skills, however, have been his undoing and need to be developed by pro coaching. He can compete for right tackle reps, although a move inside the guard might smooth his path. So I'm expecting Carmen Priscillo to take this moldable ball of clay with athleticism and strength, and only being 21, and helping him become a better NFL player. Round 7, pick 219, I have the New York Giants selecting center Jake Majors out of the University of Texas. This is a guy the New York Giants spent some time with. They reportedly are fans of his, and I'm a fan of his as well. 6'3", 306 pounds, 23 years old, an extremely high IQ player. I got to talk with him for about 5 minutes at the NFL Combine, and someone brought up the play against Arizona State on 4th down where Quinn Ewers saw it was a zero blitz, and he ended up throwing that touchdown on 4th down. And Jake Majors was pissed off that Quinn was a half a second before Majors calling out that it was an all-out blitz because he wanted to call it and he knew it was going to be a touchdown. And that's what I want out of my center, a high IQ player and someone that's played a lot of football and he's been dependable. Smart, tough, dependable. Those are 3 words that I would use to describe Jake Majors. I don't know if he's going to be here at pick 219, but if he is, I'm hoping he's a New York Giant. I have heard they have some interest in him. And if they walk away with Majors as well as Emery Jones on the offensive line, that's a big step in the right direction. With the last pick that the Giants have in the 2025 NFL Draft, I am selecting Will Shepard, wide receiver out of Colorado, with pick 246. The New York Giants reportedly had I don't remember if it was a Zoom call or some sort of visit with him, but we also know that Joe Schoen spent a lot of time in Boulder, Colorado this past year scouting Shedeur Sanders. He also was scouting Travis Hunter, and I'm hoping that he saw Will Shepard, a player that I'm a big fan of. Got to talk to him at the Big 12 media day. Really good dude and an underrated player in my opinion. He's the type of receiver the Giants really don't have. 6'2", 200 pounds, and he plays on the boundary. This past year for Colorado, had some big-time catches, 48 grabs, 621 yards, 6 touchdowns. The prior year, 8 touchdowns. The year before that, 9 touchdowns. This guy is a good player, and I'm shocked that he's going in the 7th round of a lot of mock drafts. And if the Giants can walk away with him with pick 246, I am going to be extremely happy. So my final mock draft, where I'm trying to predict, not what I would do, predict Abdul Carter, Jaxson Dart, Darius Alexander, Ollie Gordon, Emery Jones, Jake Majors, and Will Shepard. Grade this mock draft for me, A, B, C, D, or F. This would be an A- for me. You get one of the best 2 players in the country in Abdul Carter. You get a quarterback that your coach is a really big fan of. Darius Alexander is a plug-and-play starter at defensive tackle. You add some beef on the offensive line. You take a flyer on a wide receiver to close the NFL draft, and you get a running back that I believe is better than a lot of people think right now. I'd be happy with this draft. I give it an A-. Draft day is tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be live probably an hour and a half before the draft starts, and I want to see you there. So please, please, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up icon. Give me a follow on social media. And the next time I'll see you, we'll be talking NFL draft.